People convert when they feel like they're in on something early. I focus messaging on that feeling of being like in the know, right? Not left out. In fact, people wrote to me and they said, I'm setting an alarm to get up early to buy because I'm afraid it's going to sell out. So that's the kind of vibe and excitement and energy that you need to have behind your programs. Welcome to The Creative Bodega, a podcast about content marketing, Instagram growth, and personal branding for female service-based solopreneurs who want to grow their business without letting it take over their lives. I'm your host, Em Connors, and each week I'll share actionable tips, expert advice, and unfiltered truths to help you create engaging content, connect authentically with your audience, and turn followers into loyal customers, all without the burnout. If you're ready to simplify your content creation, navigate the ever-changing trends, and build a business that works for you while staying sane in this crazy season of life, then you're in the right place. Hello. It is a beautiful day. It is September 2nd, and my doors opened for the messaging edit today. So I've kind of been taking you behind the scenes of what it is like to create, develop, and sell a new program. And today is a biggie. Well, today was big in general, you guys. Today was so many things happening. My kids went back to school today. It is my husband's 44th birthday today. And I opened the doors for the messaging edit. So we just kind of went all in today. And I obviously knew it was going to be a nutty day. And I just kind of leaned into it. I'm like, all right, it's going to be a little crazy. But I started off the day beautifully because I woke up to 2 sales first thing in the morning, which is always a very good sign to me that there's going to be some good momentum behind a cart open, doors open day. Okay, so I want to pull back the curtain on how I built some really great momentum with over 450 people on my waitlist in just 2 weeks. If you don't know what a waitlist is, it's basically you gauging your audience's interest in what you're doing. If people don't want it, it's not going to sell. If you have 9 people on a waitlist, it's not going to sell. That's not proof of concept, right? So we want proof of concept. I have this idea. This is the problem it solves. I'm going to be the one leading you through this process. Are you interested? Would this help you? And I've already talked on previous episodes about how I came up with what I was going to focus on and teach this fall. It was with the help of my audience across multiple different places. I polled, I asked, I got the feedback. They said they wanted it. And not just a couple people. Because sometimes people are like, I asked if my audience wanted it and they said yes. I'm like, well, how many? Well, I just posted 1 story about it and 3 people said yes. You guys, that's not going to get the job done. Okay, so we need volume. And you know what? That's what this whole program's about, honestly. The whole messaging edit is to get people to talk to you, to get people to care what you're doing, and for you to be the first one that pops into their head when they realize they need help. Okay, that's what we're here for. Okay, so I'm actually 50% sold out at this point. It is currently 12 p.m. in the afternoon. My cart has been open since 6 a.m. So, 6 hours, half a day, and I'm 50% sold out. I have 10 people who have said yes, and I have about 5 in my DMs and emails asking questions and very, very interested. So I'm feeling really good. The shorter a cart open can be, the less amount of time I have to launch, the better. Because launching's tiring and it's very stressful. So if I can get this done in 48 hours and have my 20 people and move on, I'm going to be shouting from the rooftops. Okay. So I want to talk about how I managed it all on this day with my kids going back to school, my husband's birthday. Oh, and PS, Flowdesk just dropped an absolutely huge bombshell about pricing changes. So more on that in the show notes and a little later on, but it's big. Basically, their unlimited pricing is going away. And I'm a partner of theirs. I absolutely love their business. I love their owners. They're just wonderful. And so they were like, and this is happening on September 2nd. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to focus on that because I have a launch. So if you're planning your own launch or you want to feel more confident next time you have a doors open situation, This is going to be your step-by-step guide to help you warm up your audience and prep for a conversion-ready launch day, even if life is very much still happening in the background. In fact, I almost think it's better when I'm more distracted and there's more going on and I can't give my launch 100% of my focus. It actually makes the days go by faster and feel a little easier. So here's what I'm going to walk you through today. How I warmed up my wait list to get a 450 plus people excited about it. The secret to getting sales on day one without spamming everybody. What I track and what I don't track during my launch week. How I handle last minute decisions like bonuses and my sales emails, how many I'm going to send, all of that good stuff. And what this looks like in real life, including, alarms, link changes, and kid chaos. Because that's just life. That's just life. It's always busy. So let's talk about building a wait list that's ready to buy. So 2 weeks before my cart opened, I started talking about this program everywhere. I talked about it in captions. I talked about it at the end of my carousels. I talked about it in my emails, my newsletter. I talked about it in my stories. And I think that's it. That's where I hang out. I talked about it in the podcast. Yes. So 2 weeks before cart open, I just started talking about this program all the time. I got people used to the name of it. I got input from everybody on, what to name it, all kinds of questions I was asking people. What do you want to see? If I can wave a magic wand and your messaging would be fixed and clarified, how would that feel? Like all that good stuff. So not just me trying to sell. It was, trying to lead with value and curiosity, if you will. And I also started sending warm-up emails to that wait list. So basically, I had a Flowdesk form. Hi, I absolutely love Flowdesk. Don't forget to check the show notes for a link to get 50% off Flowdesk before the unlimited pricing goes away. They have forms, standalone forms. People just click a link, a form opens up. Hey, give me your name, give me your email, you're on the list. Bada bing, bada boom. It's beautiful. It's simple. They then get a confirmation email saying, welcome to the wait list. Here's what you get with that. And there's 75,000 different ways to structure this, you guys. But what I decided to do is that the wait listers would get 24-hour access, doors open to them first. Okay. I also decided they get $500 off, and bonuses include 2 of my programs, a stories that sell masterclass replay and a course creation camp, which is a robust course that I had with my friend Hillary. And it was amazing. It was how to create, launch, and sell an online course. Okay. So that's a pretty sick bonus if you ask me. So, I just looked at what do I have? What's a low lift for me? What can I include for bonuses? How much do I want to give them off? And just letting them know, you get first access to 20 spots. And then after 24 hours, the spots are going to open up to everybody. And I decided to let the bonuses and the money off last for 72 hours, for 3 days. But I'm totally selling this thing out before then. I'm just going to call it right now. I'm 50% sold out right now. And I hope to even get a couple more sales while I'm recording this darn podcast. So these emails that I sent to warm up my wait list just was letting them know, hey, here's who this is for. Here's who I'm looking to work with. Here's the problems you may be experiencing. Here's how this program is going to fix that. And oh, by the way, get ready because the doors open in this many hours, So I'm just reminding them why they're on the list, what I'm going to help them with, and when it's go time. Okay. So I used super clear calls to action to join my waitlist for 14 days in a row to build my waitlist. I wanted 400 people, and in the end, I got 450 in 2 weeks. So I talked about it every day, you guys. I talked about it every day in my stories. I'm not going to lie. So I worked real hard at this. And I also sent 2 emails to my entire list to encourage them to join the waitlist. Okay. I forgot to mention that. So those are the emails that went out. Here's a pro tip. People convert when they feel like they're in on something early. I focus messaging on that feeling of being in the know, right? Not left out. In fact, people wrote to me and they said, I'm setting an alarm to get up early to buy because I'm afraid it's going to sell out. And somebody else said to me, can you take me off the emails? I'm having so much FOMO and I know I can't purchase this course right now because this, and that. And I was like, no problem. There's a way to opt out. I've got you. So like that's the kind of vibe and excitement and energy that you need to have behind your programs. Okay. So step number 2, email a strategy that doesn't feel gross. You've probably heard that only 1 to 2% of your list converts. So I have a better conversion rate than that. It's typically 4 to 5%. I wanted that 4 to 5% to be from my wait list only. So if you do the math, that's 9 people. So I, again, convert more at 4 to 5%. So 9 times 2 is going to be 18. So I'm really hoping to get 18 people from my wait list. And the rest is going to be from my just general email list or my stories or whatever, my feed. So yeah, that's important, right? And on day 1, so far, in 12 hours, I've had 10 people, which tells me that my pre-launch content did its job. So again, here's what I sent. I sent 3 warm-up emails leading into launch week to my waitlisters. I've sent 2 emails to my entire list to encourage them to join the waitlist in the last 2 weeks. And so far, I've only sent 1 door open email, and that was this morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I actually just sent one before I hopped on to record this saying, hi, FYI, we're 50% sold out. And this is only to my waitlisters. So if you want in, I would probably get on it. So I only prep 2 to 3 actual sales emails ahead of time because truthfully, I don't know how the launch is going to go. So I like to stay flexible. I don't want to waste my time writing emails that I don't need to. I've done that before, kind of sucked. It's a good problem to have. It means you prepped 6 to 7 emails and you only needed 3 because you sold out, right? And I am not one of those like 20 people and then I let like 5 more people slip through. That's no, 20, we're going to get 20 and everything's shutting down. Like the doors will close. I had like 1 or 2 people sneak in before, like I was at my kids' practice and I wasn't able to like shut, the doors down officially and they snuck in. Okay, fine. Like that's fine. But I don't mess around. If I say a number, I mean it. So that's what I've sent so far. I just sent that other email saying heads up, 50% sold out. I don't think I'm going to sell out today. I don't think I'm going to get 10 more people between now and midnight. I'm hoping tomorrow. But you know what? The first day is always the biggest for me. That's always the most momentum. So it could go a little slowly and that's okay. I want the right people and it's all good. Number 3, managing tech and timing without losing my mind. So my kids were getting ready for their first day of school today. We had to get outfits on. We had to get pictures. I had to curl my daughter's hair. We had to make sure backpacks were ready to go and school lunches were packed. It's also my husband's birthday and the kids wanted to open his presents before they left for school. So we had to like celebrate that. And then Flowdesk drops the news that like unlimited pricing is going away. And today is the first day that I'm allowed to talk about it. Link in the show notes for that 50% off. By the way, you're grandfathered in, so don't panic. If you are in Flowdesk and you're paying $19 a month, you're golden. You're in for life. If you used my code and you got 50% off for your first year, and then it's going to go to 38, you're golden. You're locked in. So they're grandfathering everybody in, which is why if you're interested in getting in, you got to do it now before the price is based on the number of subscribers that you have. So I, for one, would be kind of screwed because I've got a good size list. And luckily, I'm not screwed because I'm grandfathered in. So anyways, I literally had to set alarms to update my sales page buttons from join the waitlist to buy now. I had to swap out my link in bio verbiage. I had to update my Stan Store links so that it said, buy now instead of join the waitlist. I had to fix the trigger on my ManyChat keyword. I'm trying to grow my waitlist. Well, now I'm not trying to grow that waitlist. So I had to duplicate my ManyChat flow and completely update it to, buy now. So I pre-scheduled the tech parts as much as possible. But if you're like me and still doing some of this manually, like alarms are going to be your best friend, or an SOP, a standard operating procedure, which is something I talked about in one of the previous episodes. I've got SOPs and it listed all those things out for me to do. Step number 4, launch day, prioritizing my people without lying about it. So here's a little secret. I actually can't technically open the doors to just my waitlisters and my membership, the Coven, but I do treat them like VIPs for the first 3 days. So again, I can't technically go on my website and be like, only allow this link like to certain people. It just doesn't work that way. So what I do is I try to make sure they are very much in the know via email. So you join my wait list. So you're going to hear from me first. I'm going to be reminding the heck out of you. And I'm not going to be reminding my entire other, 14,000 subscribers. They are getting first dibs. I'm speaking to them directly. I'm reminding them and I'm offering them pre-sale bonuses and a discount to get in early. Again, I'm not reminding my 14,000 other subscribers. I'm focused solely on my 450 waitlisters. They're my warmest audience. They clicked something and filled something out that said, I am interested in this program. Talk to me. Focus on me. Okay. So I chose one really juicy bonus that made early action feel super rewarding. The course creation camp that is not for sale anywhere else. I've run it live twice with my friend Hillary. I'll put her in the show notes, and it was really successful. So I included that. I limited it to the first 20 people to create a lot of urgency. That's also what I feel comfortable working with. And I've limited the bonus and the money off, the $500 off, to the first 72 hours or until I sell out, whichever one happens first. So it's really all about what feels exciting and aligned for you. And all that feels really good to me. And step number 5, I want to talk about what I track during launch week. So you don't need a 40-column spreadsheet, but I do track stuff. I track the emails that I'm sending, the subject lines, the subject, whatever you want to call them, the subjects. What is there like a word I'm missing? The email subjects. That's a little more clear. I track the email subjects. I track how many people I'm sending it to, whether it's my full list or my wait list only, and I track the click-through rate, so how many people are clicking. I track the number of signups per day just because I find that sort of fascinating. I will track how many of those signups are from the Coven, my membership, and how many were on the wait list. I just, again, want to see what's working, right? Like, if the Coven is my absolute warmest audience, like they're my membership people, they're going to buy what I have to offer. I want to cater to them. I want to talk to them even more, right? And if my waitlist is highly converting, then I'm doing something right. And if it's not, then something's off, right? So I'm just kind of tracking those sale conversions from waitlist versus just public people. And then I'm watching who's clicking but not buying. So with Flowdesk, you can actually, if your checkout is through Flowdesk, you can create abandoned cart emails and you can follow up with people like, hey, saw you put this in your cart, but you didn't sign up or follow through or buy it. Can I answer any questions for you? Like, what's going on, right? So I keep it simple. It's just enough data to make decisions without spiraling out of control, right? So some mistakes that I want you to avoid on cart open day is don't blast your whole list right away. I would really focus on your warmest leads first, and your warmest leads are that wait list. So I've put a lot of time and effort into growing that wait list. I don't mess around. Like, I need that wait list to be hot and I need it to be engaged. And my wait list is short, like it's 2 weeks. Like this one was 2 weeks. I'm hitting the ground running. You got 2 weeks to join the wait list and then it's go time. I'm not starting a wait list like 4 months in advance for something, right? Don't overplan your emails. I think you need a little flexibility here. Like, again, I actually only planned my cart open morning email so far. And then I just fired one off that was not planned because, again, I like to see where the wind takes me. How many spots do I have left? What am I seeing? What's going on? What are questions people are asking me that I can answer in the email? So that's actually what I did in this follow-up email that I sent at noon today. Like, hi, we're 50% sold out. And somebody asked this really great question. Like, why is it better to have 20 women inside that all do different things versus the same thing? So she's a photographer and she's like, isn't it better if it's like all photographers inside a program about messaging? And I actually was like, I cannot disagree more. I absolutely love the variety of the type of entrepreneur in everything I do. In my membership, in this program, it offers you such a different perspective. And there's such a high chance that your ideal client is in there and they're going to give you such a different perspective versus being surrounded by all photographers, all trying to do the same thing. I would think imposter syndrome would be high. And it's kind of hard to find your own voice because you're hearing all these other ones. I don't know. That's just my personal perspective. And then another mistake to avoid is not to panic if things start slow. My husband reminds me all the time. He's like, Em, you always freak out on day one. Like you always think you're screwed. It's not going to work. No one's going to buy it. And it always ends up being just fine. So launch week is a week, right? It's not a moment. I'm hoping this one gets down to a couple days. That'd be golden and amazing for me. But if it's a week, it's a week. And I'm prepared for that. And I'm okay with that. So again, don't panic if things start slow. So there's no perfect launch formula. It's only what works for you. Like really pay attention to the creators that do this well and that you get hyped about, right? And you're following along. Like people tell me that I don't need this program, but I'm so enjoying watching you launch. It's so fun. And I'm cheering you on from the sideline. That means a lot to me. And I feel that vibe and that energy from my people in the DMs and in my emails. And it makes me so, so happy. What matters is that your people feel connected and your content leads with value and you feel good showing up, right? So this launch is off to an amazing start. 10 out of 20 spots are filled, and I'm honestly just getting started. I've got a lot more up my sleeve. So whether you're launching next week or next quarter or next year, I hope this behind the scenes has helped you feel a bit more confident and a bit more grounded in what actually matters. And don't forget, Flowdesk's unlimited pricing is going away. So unlimited pricing means you are not charged per subscriber. You can have 10 people on your email list, or you can have 100,000 or more, and it doesn't matter. You're charged the same amount. I have a coupon code to get you 50% off your first year. So your first year will be $19 a month. After that, it'll be $38, which is still such an insane steal, and you will be grandfathered in. That price will never go up as long as you opt in now. So I just want to throw that out there. I'm going to put my referral link in the show notes if you want to lock it in before that pricing's gone, because it's glorious. Like it's just such good pricing. It's ridiculous. Okay, that's it. I will check in with you in a couple days when my cart closes with all my reflections on what I loved that I did, what I would like to fix next time around. Everything's a work in progress in my world, my friends. All right, show notes. Didn't even mention that. You can find these show notes on thecreativebodega.com/blog/36. I will see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on the Creative Bodega podcast. If you love this episode, please be sure to share it with a fellow solopreneur who could use a little content creation inspiration. And hey, don't forget to check out the show notes for any resources I mentioned on the episode to help you create content that feels easy and actually gets you results. If you want even more Canva and content tips, head over to my website, thecreativebodega.com, or find me on Instagram under the same name. Until next time, keep creating, keep showing up, and most importantly, try and have a little fun with your content. I'll see you on the next episode.